guys, it's Kate and I hope you're having a wonderful day today. I'm here with another acrylic painting video, but I wanted to show you something pretty cool that I got at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to try to get it all in the frame. So these are wall decals and I got these hummingbirds. There's two sides, 5 on each side, and I think it looks like there's repeats, I think. But they're in different order. But these are all wall decal stickers, and I thought they would be fun to put in my art journal today. So I wanted to do like a branch with a hummingbird and a really fun background. So I have lamp black, sky blue, titanium white, rose pink, and unbleached titanium. So I'm going to start with my background first, and then we will add in some more details and things to the page. So I'm going to start off with kind of a light blended background. So I've got my flat brush, I've got a filbert, and my round brush, and I'm going to just moisten my flat brush first, and I'm going to start with a couple of color dabs on my page. So I'm going to start off with a very light surface. So I'm going to use the titanium white and also some of this unbleached titanium, which is kind of like an antique white color almost. It's sort of off-white, slightly beige, and I think these will look really nice mixed in together. And I'm just going to blend them with my brush and just get kind of a nice cloudy background. And I'm also going to add some color to it in some small areas. But what I'm going for is just a very soft colored background that we can put our hummingbird star of the show. So I'm just going to get a decent amount of paint on here, get this all blended in. I like my brush strokes showing here so that we can have a little bit of texture on the back. And I'm just kind of scooping up some paint that might be kind of blobbing anywhere, and I am distributing that around the page. I think I need just a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and add some white and get this here in the corner, and then keep blending away on the rest of the page. And I'm just taking my brush, going in all kinds of different directions. The strokes are fine. I just want them to be different. So we've got a decent little background here. Now I am going to be very sparing. I'm actually going to grab the rose pink next. And I'm going to put a little bit on the corner of my brush here. I'm going to put just a few little dabs. And this is going to blend quite a bit. A little bit goes a long way on this, so that's why I just wanted to use kind of a tiny dot, and I just want to give a bit of a hint of color in a few of these areas. So I'm not going to spread it all over the page, but it's just going to kind of have a soft blend with the rest of the background, just like this. And just work it. If your paint is getting a little bit dry, you can take a spritz bottle with a very light mist and just give it a quick spray, and that moisture will be enough to keep your paint very smooth and spreadable, but it won't get your page soaking wet. And you can use that kind of as needed. So I've got my pink in here. Now I'm going to go for the blue. And I'm not going to clean my brush. I'm just going to add a little bit to the corner of my brush again, even less than that rose pink. And I'm going to put it in a couple of areas here too. And blend this in. This is a darker color, and a little bit goes a long way with blue. So I'm going to rinse my brush now and then work on blending this in. Now if it's too dark, I can always add some more white to lighten it back up, and I might do that, but I want to get the excess blue off my brush first, and we'll just kind of see how this blends. I think that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to finish off with a little bit of white, just to soften it. I really want this to be a very soft background. Okay, so while that's drying, I'm going to pick my bird that I want to use. And these might still be at the Dollar Tree if you have one near you. I think it's definitely worth picking up. This is $1.25 for 10 of these, and they're so fun looking. And I think I really like this one that's kind of purple. And it's going to fit on my page nicely. I think I'm going to have it maybe toward the bottom third and kind of have the beak coming off to the side. And so I want to make a little branch for it to set on. And the branch is going to go right behind these little feet here. So I'm going to take my lamp black and my smaller round brush, kind of blot off the extra moisture there, and I'm just going to grab some paint from the tube. And I'm going to have a branch coming across just like this, and you can make it kind of lumpy like a tree branch gets. They're not perfectly straight. And you can have maybe a branch coming down this way, and then grab some more paint and maybe one coming up here, and get that nice wave. Now maybe we have a branch coming back here. Branches go all kinds of different ways. And because my bottom layer isn't completely dry, it's blending a bit with this black, and it's almost creating little shadows and highlights on this branch, which is really cool. It's not just a single tone. So maybe we have another smaller branch. Now as I get away from the main trunk, I'll let those little branches kind of trail off. And then maybe this one here. And this is all going to be behind the bird once we get it onto the paper. And this is a really nice contrast with that really soft background. And how about one more branch? Maybe crossing over even. And I think that looks really good, just like that. Now, because this is a wall decal, it's not really meant to be permanent. So I'm actually going to add some glue before I stick it to my page. So I'm just going to grab some regular tacky glue. You can get a glue stick if you want, or you can even just use its own sticking power if you have any wall decals. There's all kinds of cool ones there. So I'm just going to get this off the page, make sure I don't tear it. And it comes away pretty nicely. So it does have some stick, but these I think are removable. So it's not a permanent adhesive, and this glue stick will be, or glue, this craft glue will be. And it also dries clear. So if I get any outside of the border, it's okay. It will dry where you can't see it. Now I am going to make sure to get these little sections of wing here. I have a little piece of glue I needed to get off of the edge. And then I'm also going to make sure I get my beak. Now I'm just going to hold this and try to get some good placement, and I want to make sure that my beak and my tail are both going to be on the page. And I like that placement right there. Now if you have any little tool like a stylus or something like that, that'll help you kind of press it down. Or if you wait until your paint dries completely, you can do that and just press it down then. And I've got a little bit of glue coming out the sides, but that will dry clear just fine. And I've got just a little bit more glue by my beak. Okay. Now I'm just going to clean off a little bit of the edge of this beak. I have a little piece of scrap paper. I just kind of glided along to get up excess glue. It also picked up a little bit of that black paint, so I'm not going to keep rubbing at it because I don't want to smear the paint. But I'm just cleaning up the edges of my bird a little bit. And now we have good adhesion here. So I'm going to give this a break for a second and let it dry, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back and we are mostly dry. I was kind of wondering if I wanted to add anything else to this page, and I think I might add just a few little leaves to my branches. So I grabbed some olive green, and I'm just going to get some of this out of my tube directly onto my little brush. And I'm just going to make some simple little leaf shapes and kind of scatter them around in a few spots, just kind of messy and loose, and just in maybe some small little groups. And this little bit of paint is going a long way. And I think this will be a nice little finishing touch on our page here. And just sort of scattering it in a few spots, almost for some framing. And I think that looks really nice. I tell you, it sure beats painting a hummingbird by hand. It takes a lot longer. So I'm going to take my tape off and then we can see the finished page. All right, we've got our finished page. I'm going to lift it up and give you the close-up view of our very simple journal page that came out really nice. I love this hummingbird. I love these wall decals because it just makes such a nice focal point, and it's a way you can get creative for a few minutes without, you know, having to worry too much about anything. It's just, and it's so inexpensive just to play around, have some fun, work on some fun backgrounds. There's a lot more you could do with a page like this, and they have a bunch of styles and different decals at the Dollar Tree. So if hummingbirds aren't your thing, there's a ton of other things. I got butterflies there and a few other things. So I hope you enjoyed this video today and followed along with some supplies you have on hand. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep creating. Bye.